We're here with Wil Eddins. Wil Eddins is a Las Vegas-based creative. To give you a little brief background with him, I met him in Vegas a long time ago during Magic Trade Show.
Yep.
During the streetwear circuit and the times of the birth of Karmaloop, and also like all these other things in the background as far as creating an online brick and mortar that defines brands and showcases what the brands are about. Karmaloop was one of the first, the first of its kind. Wil is also, besides being a Las Vegas based person, he's also spent some time in Boston, New York. He's introduced me to a lot of other, musicians, and has been definitely one of the people that have kind of contributed to the culture, and also knows trends and has these strategic relationships that convert into a sustainable business. Wil, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
We go way back. I know when we first met, it was pretty rocky. I definitely didn't like you. Was not a fan of you. We met at my friend's place, and I think me and the boys were like, who's this guy, and like, why is he like, like what do you got? And the funny part is, fast forward, we've done a lot of business together.
Yeah.
I consulted for Karmaloop. I helped you transition into that, and also at one point, Karmaloop had an evolution of and cycles of the brand where it turned into like getting streetwear, then doing off-price, then creating brands and helping brands, and then being situated in Manhattan. And you were really the heart of it. And a lot of people, I definitely say this respectively, don't know what you've contributed over the years. When I say years, it's definitely
About 25.
20-ish,
Yeah.
20-ish,
Yeah.
20-ish. Yeah. So, yeah, would love to, love to hear your experience. Like, even besides that, being part of the dance community, being familiar with the Jabberwockies, you brought me to a place, and I was like, why do these people have no furniture?
Yeah.
And like they were like telling me like hey, we're dancers, we really want to take this to the next level. And that was like my first intro to the Jabberwockies.
Right.
And it was crazy because of course like dancing is also part of the culture. It's just so many things for you. It's like you have, I don't want to say you've been in the right place at the right time because I don't want to discredit you, but you have been at the forefront of all these things. You introduced me to Cuddy. Definitely didn't believe you that he was gonna pop. I think it's because of his tight stonewashed jeans, but that's another story. I definitely prejudged a lot of things, but you were there for like all these really big pillars of movement over the years.
Yeah, man. I mean, let's even go back, like you said, the first time we met. I was 19, because we gotta set the context on that, because it was like I'm in the backyard cooking with a group of some of the coolest people I thought were like contributors and the front facing people of the culture that I wanted to be a part of, which was like our homie Wil Whitney, who was at Stussy. He was about to open up. He was weeks away from opening up Nom Nagare.
Yep.
I knew of you already because you had Mighty Healthy. I was seeing you walking around trade shows with Dennis and Drew and Shigs.
Yep.
And then you had John Buscemi at the time. Like I knew of him because of he was working at DC Shoes doing the Blackwater project. So I was already in there,
Wow.
knowing who everyone was. And
Yeah.
at that time, I was working in Las Vegas at one of my first like real brick and mortar mom and pop streetwear sneaker shops called Sweet 160.
Okay.
Which was like actually like the second SB account open in the nation, based on the fact that the owner Jeff Brown, his brother was Palmer Brown, owned Elwood and Aesthetics.
Right.
With Sal Barbier. So I was already in the mix
Wow.
because of that. You know what I mean?
I did not know that.
Yeah. So that was down the street. That's how I met Wil Whitney. But that was my thing. Like, I was doing early research because, like, in our era, how was I intaking information and farming info? Music videos, right?
Yeah.
Magazines, and
Yeah.
actually being a part of the culture, showing up to events and showing up to concerts, going to record stores and being in the mix and understanding who's who and understanding what was happening. So by the time I met you guys and you're like, oh, who's this fucking kid on the grill telling John Buscemi, back the fuck up, I got this, that's who you're dealing with. You're dealing with actually one of the one of the kids that was like growing up around b-boying and like being in the mix.
Yeah,
I knew what I was around, what I was contributing. So yeah, I thought I was a hot shot at that time.
yeah. But I mean, you've done a lot of crazy things and put a lot of money in people's pockets and created lanes for people. Like I remember at one point, I think you were bringing Cuddy to Boston to perform at
Bro.
parties. I mean, man, there's so many different things that you've touched. Like all these.
Yeah, like yo, like we're gonna be all over the place with this, but that's okay because like with Cuddy, I was introduced to Cuddy through my best friend Tommy Campos. Tommy Campos is actually like, one of those
Yeah,
early trend spotters
yeah,
in music and just even just steez, right? Stilos, fashion, gear, whatever. And, you know, I it was just funny that we're just cruising around one day and I meet Cuddy
yeah,
and I would come from Boston every weekend to New York City
yeah,
because I just did not like Boston for, its extracurricular activities. So
yeah,
as soon as I left the office on a Friday, I was on the Funghwa bus to New York. But anyway, we would be hanging out with Cuddy, introduced me to Cuddy. Every weekend I'd see him, and all we're doing is drinking beer,
yeah.
hanging out, partying. But that was like our friend that rapped.
Right,
You know what I mean? And I grown to love him between him, uh, Tommy, our boy Vinny, and our boy Chris Torres. Like that was our crew. It was called Brutang Clan. Instead of Wu Tang Clan, Brutang Clan. So Cuddy was the rapper. But ironically, Cuddy was like one day, he's like, yo, I got a song called Day and Night. Here's the HTML code for your MySpace. Can you throw it up there? And I was like, damn. I was
MySpace.
like, damn, it's actually cracking because people
Yeah,
are hitting me up on MySpace like, yo, what's this song?
yeah,
And then he just took off. And between like Cuddy and the Jabberwockies, those were the first two like artists and acts that I saw in real time blow up off of the internet's
right,
exposure. And no one knew how to handle that kind of fame off rip. Because one day they were these people, these personalities, and however way the world saw them and
right.
their worth, to then being
Being,
worth everything, and
yeah,
everybody wanted to know who they were.
yeah,
So I seen I seen how they acted, and even like not even acted like that, but just how they were like in the new world that they were living in.
right.
It was a shocker for them.
Yeah, of
You know,
course, of course. I mean,
it was instantaneous.
yeah. I mean, you've always been kind of, I'm gonna say this. You've been part of Cool, and even like literally like just doing so many different things, even besides, you know, Karma Loop and creating Plunder, and then also like having your own brand, and then even like having your friends do brands and helping them get, you know, the resources and production like amongst friends. One of those first golf brands that
Yeah,
really hit the PGA trade show that no one talks about. Um, I mean, even as far as like blood watches,
yeah.
you've been part of all that.
So I mean the build up and the precursor to even how I was able to have conversations or even have knowledge of everything um, at that time, being able to be a buyer,
Yeah,
one of the biggest buyers in the garment space
yeah,
from 2005 to 2014 was because, yo, man, I just loved clothes. You
yeah,
know what I mean? And I loved culture. I always wanted to be a part of things. Like naturally, as a person, you want to put yourself in a grouping.
yeah,
So like growing up, I was born in Spain and I moved all over the country, all over the world, and I was always bouncing between different schools. So like I
yeah,
had to adapt to
wow,
scenarios and groupings and spaces to make myself like likable,
yeah,
right? So I found myself fitting myself into breakdancing and
right,
b-boying, the culture of hip hop.
right,
And then hip hop, like in the mid 90s, like 94, 96, 97, I found myself being a graffiti writer,
right,
trying to DJ,
right,
which that didn't work out. But I was more like, found myself in a dance space
yeah,
in Las Vegas.
yeah,
And I came up around b-boys and crews called like Rock Skittles, which was like the mini version of Rocksteady because we had Rocksteady Vegas because
yeah,
Mr. Wiggles and Legs moved out there to do the Manhattan show. So
right,
I was down with that crew and then started my own crew called Homegrown and then took a break from that and then started playing more basketball, being more athletic. And then I said, fuck it. I love I love hip hop more than I love sports. So
Right.
let me start b-boying again. And I got down with this crew called Full Force. And what's interesting about Full Force is that that crew was so powerful in the b-boy space, and they've done so much for Las Vegas dance. But as a whole, globally, that crew has been showcased in Freestyle Session, fucking Rocksteady anniversaries, Radiotrons,
Right.
like but one big b-boy events. Like culturally, these were the events you had to win.
Right.
And then we met other crews like Battle Monkeys and like Knuckleheads, which formed what we know as Super Crew that then formed into a thing called Jabberwockies.
Yeah.
So that goes on. That's another part of the story. But that was my DNA as far as like hip hop and culture and like riding BMX and like trying to skate.
Yeah.
Not even great as a skater, but like I could ollie, but like
Yeah.
I was I could push around and I had steez, but I wasn't like doing stairs or like doing tray flips and shit. But like I wanted to be a part of that. And
Yeah.
because I could do the bare minimal, I could fit in.
Got it.
And I was
Got it.
around those type of people, around those things. So yeah, fast forward.
Hasso offers the largest luxury estates in the valley, family gatherings, golf experiences, and corporate retreats. Secure your stay at stayhazo.com.
Magic Trade Show.
Yeah.
I'm working at Mr. Rags. I'm just
Right.
a sales associate. So I'm around all this streetwear and like urban wear, Aniche, Mecca, Triple Five Soul, which was one of my favorite brands.
Yep. Started on
You know,
Ludlow.
one of my favorite brands.
Yep.
And even I can look back and be like, oh shit, I see where like Russ,
Yeah.
Sir had graphics in there that I bought, but I didn't know these type of people. But these brands were from New York. I lived in Vegas.
Yeah.
Some of these brands are from LA. I lived in Vegas. So I got introduced to Magic Trade Show.
Yeah. Just to add color to everyone, like Magic Trade Show was something that happened beginning of the year, February, and then it would happen in August. The market, the market, you pre-book when pre-book was kind of alive and well, and also sell at once, meaning like they have inventory that they have now to sell. This is where retailers would come meet buyers and they'd give them the spiel about, this is why we picked this, this color story, and this is where it's going to go, and these are the wholesale prices, and this is when it's going to get delivered. Um, Being part of that, we also did shape that experience because, eventually, like, Magic would come to us and tell us, like, what's the perfect space, and they were also very collaborative. So
yeah,
tell us more about Magic.
Magic Trade Show, Magic Marketplace in Las Vegas in the mid to late 90s, early 2000s was like stories I'm hearing in high school, like, yo, we ditched to go to Magic. I'm like, yo, what is Magic?
Yeah.
They're like, yo, we went there and got free t-shirts and free hats from our favorite brands. And like, we saw Pharoah Monch there and we saw Most Def performing in that brand Fat Farm. We saw the guy Russell Simmons there. And I'm like, yo, you're still not explaining to me what it is. They're like, yo, it's really where all the brands showcase their new collections 6 to 8 months out before it hits retail.
Yeah.
So why was it significant for me? Because I was working retail.
Right.
And I just love clothes. So then when they're telling me that all they had to do is break dance and they were getting free clothes for these booths, I'm like, yo, sign me up, yo, let's do it.
Right.
So I went there and I wasn't sponsored at the time, but there was a brand called Tribal Gear.
Okay.
And we went there to get in the circle and b-boy for the buyers, just as entertainment to draw retailers to be like, oh yeah, what's this brand about?
Yeah.
You guys are the culture.
Yeah, but also too, like you're defining why this brand's cool. Like this is the ethos of the brand, and these guys represent the brand. And this is why we do this, because number one, we're part of it, we're participants, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
And this should resonate to consumers.
Yeah.
Because no one likes someone who's a culture vulture.
You had to be of the culture. And like,
Yeah.
yo, back then, like the way that things were looking in print ads and magazines and music videos, the clothes spoke to you.
Yeah.
But fast forward, like, yo, going there a couple times, I met uh, an agency that you know found models or found personalities. So then I would be thrown into print ads, and then I would do like I'd be wearing gear for 555 Soul,
Yeah.
or I'd be wearing gear for Physical Science, Echo, and then Stussy, right? So I was like, yo, I'm the shit.
Yeah.
Like, I fuck with this. Like, I want to be a part of this all the time. So I started meeting buyers. I started interning for the agency that threw parties for um, what's that magazine? Herb magazine, and doing
Yep.
projects with Scion, which
Yep.
was Toyota's like subsidiary micro car brand, and just being around like culture, like the best DJs, the coolest parties. I was doing the gift bags, and these were like crazy gift bags, with like triple
Mm.
five soul times Cyan record bags, and filling them with
Right.
records and T-shirts and swag, and I just loved doing that. And I was getting paid $200 every
Yeah.
6 months,
Oh
so I was
wow.
in the mix.
Alright.
So I was just learning who was who, and what was going on at the time, and I was like, yo, I just want to I want to be a part of this. I love being behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And being behind the scenes is really what behind the scenes meant. It was the people
Yeah.
making the shit happen. They weren't
Yeah.
front facing.
Yeah.
They didn't,
It's always the people that are the catalysts
yeah,
of
they
all
didn't
this
care.
stuff.
They
Yeah.
didn't care about that.
Yeah.
That's where, these were the people that were moving and shaking, and those were the real influencers, because people looking at them were like, yo, that's
Yeah.
how we got to, that's how we got to present ourselves. That's
Yeah.
how we got to execute. It was about execution.
Yeah. Of
The
course.
people behind the scenes. So
Yeah.
I wanted to be that.
Yeah.
I watch music videos. I watch people rolling racks with clothing. It was all these types of people
Yeah.
that weren't in the ads that were making this shit happen, and I just wanted to be a part of that. So right away, I knew I wanted that.
Okay. Now, from that experience, let's talk about like how you're doing things now in real time. Of course, like all those learnings and all these things that you've seen like live. Um, what now is your biggest like? What is your primary focus as far as your day to day?
So primary focus is building a media company,
Okay.
and I still have to kind of just build up to
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
I'm doing now. Is
Yeah.
like everything I've ever done, I learned, and like on the spot,
Yeah.
was always thrown in the fire.
Yeah.
Like I don't have like I have a high school background with like 2 years of like,
Yeah.
you know, college, community college.
Yeah.
And it was just like doing liberal arts shit.
Right.
So like I'm getting thrown in the fire to be a buyer,
Yeah.
big box retail buyer handling millions of dollars in budgets,
Yeah.
to like doing production of events, doing production of, apparel,
Yeah.
being in meetings with like, the suits,
Yeah.
but
Of
then
course.
being in meetings with like, brands from all facets, whether it's retail to
Yeah.
music to entertainment.
Yeah.
So like I'm being groomed in all these categories of entertainment, fashion, and music and culture business, the business of culture. So by the time that I got into what I'm doing now, I was a little bit more,
Got it.
set and had a standard. But my day to day is driving culture, identifying, the best content creators
Right.
and gamers
Yeah.
in the space that we call XSET.
Right.
You know,
Which is also amazing because even before XSET, you were working on FaZe Clan. FaZe Clan was uh, one of the biggest names in the gaming industry. And then I don't really know how this happened, but like getting Azuna involved, and it's kind of
yeah, we're building a media company
Yeah.
and telling the story of the
Yeah.
gamer, the
gamer.
the
Yeah.
the the day-to-day gamer, casual gamer, to the new age streamer, content creator, because that's
Yeah.
the world we live in.
Right. Right.
These are the new athletes. These are the new
Right.
actors. The rappers want to be streamers. The streamers want to be rappers.
The NBA players want to be
The
gamers.
NBA
Yeah.
players want to be gamers. But like,
Yeah.
perfect example is like, let's look at Kai Cenat.
Yeah. Yeah.
He has built what people don't realize is a media company.
Oh yeah.
He is the new version of David Letterman,
Yeah.
Arsenio Hall,
Yeah.
Oprah. He is a talk show host that presents culture to the world.
Yep.
Not on Tuesdays at midnight,
Yeah.
but any day of the week, 24/7.
Yeah.
And
You just tune
he
in.
can break culture, whether it's
Wow.
the newest recording artist, the newest movie, the coolest shoes. You know,
Yeah.
he's done so much. He's breaking new food.
Gotta start streaming.
Oh yeah. He's presenting to the world what he fucks with and what
Yeah.
his crew of APM fucks with to the
Yeah.
world. So he's putting you on. It's
Right.
real life magazine,
Yeah.
right? It's media. So
Right.
that's what XSET is. We are a lifestyle. We are a lifestyle, streaming, content creating media company. You know.
Got it. Got it. It's good. I love where you're headed, where you ended up, and I know that you're not stopping and you're keeping it going as far as all this really creative and successful energy into all this work you're doing. Just want to say that I know we've never really like chatted about this, but I'm proud of what you've done over the years, and this all the stuff is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you've walked me into doors, and like
Maybe.
you saw that I was golfing, and you introduced the opportunity to
No
invite
big
me.
deal. We'll just play with Ray Vaughn.
Yeah, just Greg Vaughn's the homie, so we
Oh,
brought him
why did I
out.
say Ray Vaughn? I meant to say Greg Vaughn.
Yeah, and Kyle Van
Yeah.
Noy. But you saw that like I was
Yeah.
playing golf, and like I was playing golf with some cool people, but
Yeah.
that was just I was living in I live in
Yeah.
Vegas. People, that's my thing. Like I
Yeah.
pride myself on like people contacting me for
Yeah.
things they need.
People use this as resources
Yeah.
for things to move forward, and that'll always. That's actually like the biggest compliment. Biggest
Yeah,
compliment.
you can go anywhere in the world, and someone's gonna look out for Ray.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna look
Yeah.
out for Will.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna look out for all our homies that because we don't extract, we give back.
Yeah.
Whether it's like, yo, let me stay at your crib. Of course you stay at my crib. Or like, yo,
Yeah.
here's dinner. These guys are like, they're hosting a dinner. We would love to
Right.
have you. Like,
Right.
you always put people in the mix, and
Wow.
you're always looking out, and that's why this
Yeah.
is gonna be successful for you, and I'll give you your flowers for that. But no, like with golf, like that was a powerful move that
Yeah.
you presented, is like you gave opportunity for movers and shakers and
Yeah.
people behind the scenes to be part of a thing called hype golf. We
Yeah.
love that movement. That was 2021 Miami. It's 2025 now, and like there's been so much in between that we've been a part of. Like look at our friends Steve Malbin. Like we were there
Yeah.
early, like while he was building it, like,
Yeah.
and we were like, yo, what is this? Like, but his mood board on Instagram
Yeah.
was just like, oh shit.
And now he has Fred Couples on the team.
I feel that.
Imagine that
like,
Fred Couples is on your team. Like, yo, Fred, let's go to Augusta.
yo, the way
Yeah, let's go play.
the way he picks his talent,
That-
stories
that
on its
also,
own.
it also goes back to like curating who is connected to what you're doing, brands, et cetera, et cetera.
And that's a powerful thing, just in general, like the association, the people that you're connected to,
Yeah.
and like that adds value. You know what I mean?
It's our currency.
It is
Yeah.
social currency,
Yeah.
cultural currency,
Yeah. it
and
is.
yeah, we thrive on that. Like
Yeah.
we may not have like the fattest bank accounts, but like, we'll be chilling in the same places. Like we've done Gumball 3000. I don't own a
You've done
supercar.
Gumball 3000. I
Yeah,
never done
we've
that.
done Gumball 3000 a few times, but like that was the moment where I'm like, yo, I'm over here doing the same things these guys are doing, and they want to do what I'm doing. They want to sit down with our crew. We don't even care about what you guys are doing. They're
Yeah.
like, yo, what are these people doing over here?
Yeah.
They got the girls, they're entertaining people, they got the gear, they got the cool cars too.
Look.
But like, who are these guys?
Yeah, light work.
And they found out like we're just
Yeah.
regular people that do cool things.
Yeah. And that's kind of what we've been doing our whole entire lives. But just wanted to say thank you, man,
Yeah,
for making time.
of course, though. I mean, look where you got us at, yo. Look how we're framed.
I'm gonna go in the heated pool.
Yeah,
A cannonball in the
cannonball.
heated pool. Maybe. Or just sit in the jacuzzi.
Yeah, man. Vibes, big vibes in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Thank you.
Love this place.
executive retreats, family gatherings, golf expeditions, and more. Hazo offers a one-of-a-kind resort-style experience.